Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. I've got my battery ready because I've still got like 3 bars, but it goes pretty quick. But I did cards, which were supposed to be for Monday night, which is tonight. And I forgot to set them as a schedule and it just posted them. So I did have a video ready for Monday. So I've come back to do another one. It's using the old papers that I used before. But this time, my sentiment in the middle is from here. This is the new one. It's called Brightest Glow. And the centre of the card says, May the peace of the season light your world, and may your new year be the brightest. I think that's how it said. May the peace of the season light your world, and may your new year be the brightest. Yeah, that's the sentiment. Oh, where am I going? I used this little cluster of stars from the Snowflake Wishes. Again, so cute. And I don't think I even think I used that sentiment once. I used that one because I can see that it's been moved. But nothing out of there. So and then I used this one the other night on them other videos, and the snowflakes. But this set I have barely used. So these, I know they're retired because I put an R on there. This one's also retired. It's called In the Pines, but there's a few new sets coming out. You'll see on Wednesday with trees, and I just thought I'd use this one. Again, it's retired. Look, my sticky stuff's coming out. I mean, you're only using the dies from this set. I don't think I've ever used any of those either. No, see, everything's like brand new. I've never used them. And like I'm saying, I've had so many old sets that I've gone through that I've never used. And I'm not going to get rid of them. So I've made 5 already. I'm going to show you this 6th one. It's using the same papers, but not the scraps this time. I'll show you the 5 I've made so far. But each card, once you've got your papers, you can make 3 cards. So I've kept the bits inside. I've only made the first card. It's a bit like the what you call it. This what they called. The cut and shuffle cards. So, but with different shapes this time. So this is cute. So I've made, using old cardstock, this beautiful card with a nice little bow with the detailing from the tree, which is the dies. The star is an old punch. Wow, I'm going back when I first joined. They were in packs of 3 and I loved them. There was a star, a love heart, and what was the other one? A star, a love heart. I'm not sure. I know I've still got them. And these are all the cardstocks that were in my basket that I cut an A4 sheet in half. I use half for a card base, half, and then the other 2 bits I use for bases, like going round. But I cut loads of gold, silver, and other things. I've watched people make these, but they use white cardstock and no gaps. Well, if I'm going to put a gold border, I want to see my gold paper. So the trees are all cut out of the backing card. This is old ribbon. This sentiment comes from the Brightest Glow as well. It's the season's greeting there. And like I'm saying, by the time you've cut your 3 pieces of card, you can make 3 cards. Hence the reason I'm not getting rid of my scraps. They're not even scraps, but there's the inside. And I've used the Daffodil Delight. I don't know why, I just thought it looked cute. So I've made them this way. This is other old papers. This is old vellum paper, but and this is really old paper, but again on gold. So a gold Christmas tree. Again, my scraps are inside. You can do them this way or this way. You can even flip. See these papers? Because I've got them this way, as you can see. That way. I don't even know where that is my long piece. So you can flip these and have them on this side maybe. That's that bottom piece there. So instead of keeping the same patterns, you can flip these over and make totally different cards. So you could have two the same and another one different. You could have that on that side, that on that side. That obviously going to stay there, but that'll be flipped from that way to that way. That from that way, I love the stripes, to that way, and then just turn everything over. So you'll have one or two the same, or you can keep them all the same shapes. But I just loved them. I thought they were cute. So we've got the gold, which is the gold. Oh, actually, that's Daffodil Delight. That is Tahitian Tide. I'm going to show you my pink one at the end. This is using some really old papers as well. In fact, they're all old papers. I doubled up the star on this one and just turned it to the side. Gold thread, some little gold pearls. Again, Daffodil Delight. And then my other pieces are inside to make 2 extra cards. And then this, it just totally changes the look of the card just by using different papers. So if you've got a lot of old cardstock, look, and a different ribbon. This ribbon's coming back out, but it's a different width. I think it's 3/8 of an inch. This is 1/2 an inch, I think. Yeah, I think this is 1/2 inch. The one in the catalogue's coming back out. It's got the silver trim and the white. Maybe totally different in the centre, I don't know, but it's not as wide. I think it's 3/8 of an inch. But again, look, and this is my grey card that actually I used, if you can see, the metallic acetate again. But yeah, I couldn't cut the tree out, so I just used grey, and I doubled up the star again. And then this is the different colour green. These are the more deeper greens, which is from the same set of papers, believe it or not, as those. I used the blues on here and I used the greens on here. And again, I think I used, this is Pretty Peacock to match the cardstock. But this was in my scraps bin, so I haven't really cut any new paper out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got the side view as well. And I'm going to be using the pinks. I have cut the bits ready. I am going to be doing a bit more die cutting with you as well, just to show how I've got the patterned layer on top of the card. Got my little stars for crisscrossing, and I just put a dimensional in between. You don't have to. And I've chosen, there's the red. I'm going to keep everything coordinating. I've already put my sentiment inside, and then I thought to myself, so now we'll have 2 cards on the side and 4 cards. I'll have portrait, 2 portrait and 4 landscape. So just make your card fit. These pieces are cut the same size as this, but I'm going to trim them down. But look, I've got the pink in there. I could turn it over and have just plain, but we've got pink in there. And there's also pink on these beautiful presents, which can be that way or this way, so there's non-direction. So this is how we're going to make another portrait card. I just love these. My favourite are these 2. I do like them all, but and this one is beautiful, but these 2 are my favourite. I love the greens, but they're not typical wintry greens, whereas you've got that shaded spruce. This is just jade. This is Seaside Spray, but it's got all the colours in the dots, which I love as well. But these, they look so regal and so, oh, I need a bit more glue up there. Oh, and I do like this glue, girls. I've been using it, and I just had, I think what it was, I hadn't glued down my card base. So I think that's what put me off a little bit, but I do like it. It's cute. And there we go, and I fixed my card, and then just some ribbon. And what I'm going to do, go back to, I've got my gold ribbon, but I'm not sure if it's going to go with the pink, but I do have some red ribbon. Maybe I'll add that, I don't know. I've got loads, but I don't think that this Melon Mambo card is coming back out in the new catalogue with some Granny Apple Green. I've got loads of this, and it's from an old packet of paper I had. I can't even tell you how many years ago, but I've been crafting with Stampin' Up now for over 7 years, so it's a long time. So I'm using up bits that I had from a long time ago. So this is 3/4 of an inch by 4. I stamped these on scraps again, out of my scraps whites. I just literally, I pulled a piece out. It's 1/2 inch thick, and it gives me a little border, so I used all my scraps up. So these do come in. I do keep these for thin sentiments, and they do come in handy to save me cutting up a new strip of paper. And they're so simple. I'm going to take my paper scissors, and I'm just angling, which anyone can do. Take them off. Just going to squirt a little bit of glue. My grandson's down, Frankie, and he's a darling, but my head goes peak-tongue when he's here. Not in a bad way, in a good way, because he just zaps all my concentration. So when I posted the video, I thought I'd put it on schedule, and I didn't. So I'm just cutting my sentiment down. I've got my little tub there for my waste bits, but that's it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a dimension on either side, because my tree's going to be popped up. I also have large and small glue dots, because I don't want to squirt the glue on now, but I'm just going to leave that on there. I'm going to pop a little dimensional in between my stars. I'm going to take that off, and then I'm just going to lay at a different angle. So I've got a little 3D star. How cute is that? And I'm going to put a small glue dot on the back of there. You could use glue. You don't even have to put a dimensional on the back, but I'm just prepping everything. I'm going to pop some dimensionals on my tree, but there's more detail going on that yet, but it doesn't matter that I've got dimensionals on the back. It's just being glued on. Now if you look with my little ones, you get quite a good gap on one side, and I've cut them down into little thin strips. So when I take one off, it will go down the stem of my little tree. And if you want more stability, you can add another one in the center, but that is things just for now whilst we prep. I'm just going to put my glue away. Ching. My battery's about to go, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap it now until it go. I'm not going to wait for it to just go, so give me 2 seconds just to flick this over. I don't want to see, because knowing me, I will lose my concentration, and then by the time the video comes back on, I would have probably done half of it. So card base. So this is 4 by 5 3/4, which just gives me enough border for that little pink card. I could trim that a little bit, but I'm not going to. These are 4 by 5 3/4 as well. So I'm just going to keep them all together. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to make these 5 5/8, because I do want to see the card stuck underneath. And then I'm going to switch them round, and I'm going to cut these at about 3 7/8. So I'm literally taking tiny little slithers off my card, and then I'm going to pop my all 3. I'm having the point at the top, if you can see that, and I'm just going to swing this out, keeping the point, the corner point in the track, and I'm going to leave it so about 1.5 inches, maybe 1 3/4, and just making sure it's on track. I'm cutting through, so I'm going to lay them on top of my card, so when they come out like a note, and then I'm going to grab these and tap them again. So we've got this angle. What I do then is put this point under my track, follow the line up to 2 inches and put my point on the 2 inches, and just keep it, that line, you don't have to, but I've been doing that on all my cards, and just keeping that along the track up there. So it's at 2 inches, and then I'm going to press down and cut them off. So when I pick this up now, I'm just going to put one round the back and lay that down. And then when I take this up, I'm just going to pull the one from the back to the front. That way I've got my 3 combinations. And if I want to swap this up and put the parcels there, I can always take one off. And I quite like that combination. But you can see the pink underneath, and you're going to have that little line of distinction. That way, when I put the tree on and the decorations and the little star, it pulls from the back in. I mean, if you want to cut a tree out from here, you're going to have to line these up on the back like so, but then you'd lie them on the back like this. If you want to save on paper, grab yourself a pencil, just draw a little line, doesn't even have to be straight. Again, you put this piece on, roughly give yourself some space, draw another line, and then obviously you know then that piece will fit in there. The only reason they're facing this way is because I know where my lines are going to be on the other side. Take them off, flip them over, and then I've already run it through, but I need to go back and forth, and I'll show you how I lined. So you get the perfect tree. I keep them together, making sure everything's cut out. What I was doing, I was cutting the shape of the tree out. Then I was putting this on top, and these two fit perfectly together. So it cuts and cuts all the details out at the same time. But if you were using your cardstock, maybe you could get a tree out of there. Maybe you could get, I don't think you'd get another tree out of there, no. But you could use this section to cut your tree out and still give you, you can lift that up, just giving you that tiny little border, so you could get your tree out of this cardstock as well. I don't know what that is. Not really. Oh, you could probably get 2 little trees, but mark your card at the back, cut your trees out, but leave yourself an 1/8 of an inch border. So that's another way if you want. Oops, my plate, there it is. So I'm keeping these bits to make 2 more cards. I've lost a piece, have I? Where's the other bit? There it is. Oh, it's that one I want. Oh, I thought then I've got the same card. So they are going to make 1 card. And then you can just arrange them how you want them to get those bits out of there. So you've got 3 cards. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I just don't want to sit and make all those cards with you right now when I'm only doing it for the video. So I just pop them inside the card, and these will give me a reason to make a few more cards off camera. So it's so simple. Right, the detailing. Look at this. It's so easy. And because they layer together and cut through at the same time, just pop those out. And then with my little punch, you can cut out stars for a different project. That way you're not losing them. You can use these on other cards. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. So I've got for my other 2 card. I've got plenty of stars. I'm not wasting any paper. And I'll put those on the inside of my other card, just for my other stars. And then the longest bit for this card really is just poking through these holes, which comes out so easy. I've run it through a couple of times, but this is Stampin' Up! Cardstock anyway, and their dies are perfectly made for their cardstock. I find they are much easier. But I know the new catalogues are coming out, and I know you're all going to want new designer series paper, but why not use up for your bulk of your cards old cardstock? I had so much. I even found some more 6x6 cardstock in Christmas papers, and I'm thinking, well, I've got another 5 lots, so you can 48 sheets if you cut them down to 6x6. You make 48 cards, but you'd actually make 96 if you cut them 3x6 and then trimmed off the bottom and add a 3-inch strip in the center of nice paper, and then, you know, just a 3-inch strip, and then use other little bits. But let's pop that to one side. Oh, here we go. Let's get some glue out, just so this can adhere down. And yeah, this is not bad actually after all, but I like the precision tip on it. It's cute, and it doesn't seem to clog up as much and dry off so quick as my, I love my art glitter glue, don't get me wrong, but I can leave the top off this and come to use it and it's still not clogged, because I tend to forget to put the pin in and then I have to ram it in. So I've literally just dotted, and then I'm just going to lay that on the top. I mean, you could use a different colour cardstock, but I just think it makes that pop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that to one side just for a minute. I've got blocks because I've been filming other cards. And now we're going to glue, and I'm literally just going to glue mainly the outside and a little squirt on the end. So, and I'm just going to give myself, don't worry if you get any glue on your glitter paper, you just want to make sure you got it pretty. And I like this because it gives you a little bit of wiggle space. So I've got myself a tissue. I know you're not going to see it, but where that piece is now, if you flip, well, it would have been there because I've turned it upside down, but that piece would cut a tree out and this piece would cut a tree out, and you'd still be covering your cardstock. So now again, I mean, we could use pink, but I think that pink, which is a little bit, have I done something wrong? I was going to do something wrong. Yes. No, this bit fits there. See? But you can turn them over. So that's going to get glued there. This is going to get glued there. And it's just another way of using up designers. Look at this. I love the stripes. Oh, what is it with me and stripes? I don't know. So I'll put that piece in last, but you can line this up. Give yourself a cute little border with my little wiggly glue. I love it. And then this piece, let me just grab my, and then this piece is going to go in there. I mean, like I'm saying, you don't even have to have the pink showing. I decided to have my pink showing because I was using it on my tree. which is now glued down. But just go through all your cardstock, and if you do send a lot of Christmas cards, or if you just want to do them in gift sets of 6, 8, 10 and 12, especially you'd get 18 cards for 3 sheets by 6, and literally, well, how can I say, you would get 6 sheets cut at 4 by 5 3/4 or 4 by 5 1/4 from a 12 by 12. So if you use 3 sheets, which is not even half a packet, you would get 6. You'd get 54 cards from 3 sheets using this method. So I don't think we need any more glue. Oh yes, we do. We're going to attach this to our card. See, now presents can look this way. Berries, they can look this way. They can look this way. It's up to you now which way you... Oh, look at me bits falling out. It's up to you now which way you want to put it on your card. Do you want it this way? I'm having mine this way, the original way that I did it. Give myself a little pink border, and you don't even have to use pink on pink. You could use pink and grey. That would be beautiful. Pink and green, like they're fetching out in the new catalogue. That would be cute and beautiful. It's up to you. You're the card maker. Nobody's giving you rules to say you've got to use this. It's your choice, your colour palette. So that is cute. I mean, you could pop that as well, but because we've got all our bits popped up, I'm just taking off the back ends. If you want to make sure these never come off, mind you, these dimensionals are brilliant. So I want to line maybe this 3rd or 4th one down. I don't want to come too high, so I'm going to come down and have my like 4th branch on that there, so it carries on with the center of the card, because we got our bits inside. Now we're going to peel off the back ends. The reason I've got a glue dot in the center is because it's going across the tree, and I don't want dimensionals, otherwise it just keeps that level. That's why I've done that. I've got, oh, look at me, little bubble going. See the nozzle, put that away. My eyesight's terrible. There you go. So we got another piece of glue dot. And I'm just going to stick my little star, and I'm not pressing until I've got it in the place that I want, and then I just press it down. Isn't that cute? But what a beautiful card. And like I'm saying, this fits inside there perfectly. So, and it will also cut the tree out and the detail. Now I was cutting the tree out, then trying to lay this on top of the tree, and then I realized I had to then cut another tree out, so just to get the top layer. But if you add the two together, you don't have to cut 2 trees out. Well, you've got one with the detail, and then take it out and cut another one, and then the detail one fits perfectly on top of your other tree to give that I'm going to put that in there, otherwise I'll forget it's there. What else are we missing here? Like we've already stamped inside. I'm trying to think. I've got, oh, here we go. I've got some little pink gems there. I've got some normal grey ones. I've also got these old ones. Now these pink, I think we got pineapple. What was the pineapple one? Something pineapple. Blueberry bushel. I think they were poppy parade. Or not poppy parade. What's the colour that was... they were pale papaya. I think they were just jade. Can't think what, pineapple, something pineapple. But you could use these green and the pink ones. Imagine you could use any of those to decorate your tree. Let's do that actually. I haven't done that on these. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm gonna place a little one there because they're similar colour. I'm gonna have a small one on my berry there. And I've got the tiny one I'm gonna put in the center of my bow there. But we could add a little tiny one at the top of our tree. We could add a green one down here just to give it some decoration. Maybe one there. Just these are old. Let's add that one there. Let's go for an orange one as well. But there, we're just decorating the tree. I mean, if you've got old gems, feel free to decorate your little tree. That is so cute. I quite like that actually. Maybe I'll have another yellow one now, just here. Just under my sentiment. Happiness Blooms. Don't ask me what year these were out because I haven't got a clue. But it's 148 the code, so wow, 20,000. It must be 3 or 4 years ago. But I also got the 2021, 2023 in colours as well, so you could have used the pink. And now I'm going to decide on what little bit. Oh, and now I'm going to pop another glue dot, and I can pick them up. I'm just going to put at the base of the tree just for my ribbon to go on. And I think because I've got so much colour going on now, I'm literally going to grab my bow. I have got some white baker's twine and I'm just going to do a double knot. Oh, I think that's a bit wide. I'm just going to do a smaller one. 1, 2. And I love this because you can keep pulling it back until you know your tails aren't going to be too long and you don't get much waste. Just going to tie that tight at the bottom, and then I close the thongs, lift them up, and it stops the twine from curling. And I've just got my little ribbon scissors. And I've taken the backing off the glue dot. I'm just going to add and spread out those, and then I can just trim off my bits. And we've got another set of 6 beautiful Christmas cards, different shapes, different, same card, same papers we use for the scrap cards, but these absolutely beautiful. So we got 2 part, we got 4 portrait and 2 landscape. Just make sure I've got them in view. And another set of 6 beautiful cards, and the ability to make another 12. Just need cardstock and bases. And if you want, on the next 6 cards, change this, use a snowflake again, change it again, use a snowman, or use a different type of tree. Or if you haven't got a tree, I'll show you a quick one. Let me grab my cardstock out. So this is all my old designer series paper, cut at 6 by 5 3/4. Let's use this piece. Just grab a scrap out of there. Oh, I've just got trees on. How's that? How lucky is that? And I'll show you, if you haven't got these detailed trees, this needs to be, oh yeah, 2 inches, perfect. Let's cut this by, say, 4. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to fold this in half. So you can use your scoreboard or just pull it close. Give that a burnish. Beautiful. And then what we're going to do, we're going to cut from that corner to that corner. I know I'm doing it on top of my cards, but the point where the fold is on the edge, and keeping that right along the edge. Oh, Gaynor went off a little bit. I'm just gonna pull that down. I'm just showing you as an example. You've got a tree. You've got a 3D tree. And with the other two, I know what it needs tidying up. Again, I am terrible because I'm rushing. Put your bits together. Just cut them straight if you're anything like me. And then look, you put them, turn them round now and glue them down the center. Obviously keep your, and you've got yourself another tree. Just glue that gently. You could even offset it a little bit because trees are never perfect, are they? So tree, you could add that in the center of your card, or you could add this in the center of your card, or if you want the tree 3D popping towards you, put a dimensional either side and then glue that on. Put a dimensional, small dimensional either side at the top, large one at the bottom, and there you've got another tree. And or you could then take this, pop out your stars with the bits that are left over, or you could have used them to do a starburst card, all in your Christmas papers. Just add them all around a circle, and then you've got a starburst card in the making. And then you could add your little star at the top, and again, more cards, more ideas. So I think that is cute. I'm going to keep those for the next 6 cards, and then I'll think of something else to put instead of just all trees. But I hope you enjoy. I'm just trying to give you as many ideas as possible to batch make cards, especially Christmas cards, because I see a lot of people go to the shops and they are buying packs of Christmas cards, you know, 10 or 12 in a box, and they're quite expensive as well. So make your own. Well, I hope you've enjoyed. I will speak to you all soon. And by the way, I'll be back on Wednesday for a little bonus video. My order's coming, so speak to you then. Love you guys, and God bless. Take care. Bye.